I think my internet is very good. Yeah, it's my internet. I was wrong, but if you start seeing me weird, I apologize. Alrighty. How is everyone? How is it going? How is your day? What time is it? Are you starting your day? Are you already into your day? Are you already over your day? Where are you joining from? I'm still sick, as you can kind of hear. That's all right, because I go on vacations next week, and hopefully that helps. I'm also just waiting for Shivani. Hello, Naveen. Nice to see you here. First one in the chat. Awesome. Hello, Nagesh. End of day. Nice. Hello from India. Awesome. Hello, Jenny from India. It's end of the day. Well, I really appreciate you all joining at the end of your day. I really, really love that. Thank you so much. Mexico. Awesome. And Shivani's here. Hey,
Hello, hello.
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So, we're gonna talk about New York. Awesome.
Yes, yes. So, since I talked to you last, I was telling you that I was planning on attending the New York World Tour, and that was amazing. It was a great, great world tour. Um, So, just to kick off the events, we started by having our very first in person meetup for New York Meetup Group, along with Women Who Mule. So, it was a great, successful event. We actually had a great turnout. We had um, it was sponsored by Integration Quest, Third Republic, and Salesforce, and it was amazing to see everyone in person. And it was just a great experience getting to see everyone after so many years. Like we've been doing meetups virtually, and that is great that during the COVID we were able to do all that. But just being in person is different. Just getting to see everyone and get to get to talk about their experiences and where they are. It was a great experience. Along with
Definitely.
Yeah, and along with our attendees, we had MuleSoft community leaders join us as they were coming in from um, all over the country for the world tour. We had Coco, Isabella, Sabrina H, and Sabrina M. They all showed up, and it was nice to see them in person as well. What else? Oh, yeah, we had a big announcement. Now, New York Meetup Group has 3 members, 3 co hosts. We introduced Jonathan Banks from the Third Republic. So he joined us, and along with Neeraj and I, we're really hoping to revive our meetup community in New York. We're planning on doing a lot more in-person events, and I have to share this with everyone that if you're planning to attend, you will have to register early because we're planning on doing our meetups at these Salesforce towers in New York. Yeah, so, and there is a capacity limit. So anyone who would love to come attend, present, share their experience, they will have to do it early. So we're planning all that great community events soon. And yeah, look out for LinkedIn posts. We may have to come to your show more often and promote it. So that was day before, and I guess I should share some pictures too. I'll
Yeah,
share some
yeah.
of the pictures. Let me see if I can. So I always forget, Alex. But while I get this set up, tell me a little bit about what's going on with you recently.
Yeah. So I will go on vacation next week. That's awesome. I will fly
Yeah.
to Houston and then do a road trip from Houston to New Orleans because I don't know, my in laws like to do that. So
That's fun.
yeah, yeah. So we're gonna be in New Orleans for like a week and a half or a week, more or less. Um, so that's gonna be interesting. I have never went to New Orleans, but people say that it's fun. So we'll see.
Awesome. No, that sounds great. I just want to, one second. I think I should have done this before coming onto the
No
show here.
worries.
Or I need to just put myself as do not disturb. So while I share my screen, I'm not sharing my calendar invites and things like that. So give me one second. Okay. And let's see, present. And I'm going to present a screen. Okay.
Whitney says, "Hi, Shivani. Hi,
Hi,
Alex."
Whitney. How are you? Okay, so
That's a great hoodie. Yeah, I love this. It's so comfortable. I don't remember who gave it to me, but it is very comfortable. Maybe it is on the swag store. So swag.mulesoft.com. Maybe you can find it there. I'm not sure, to be honest. All right, I can see your screen, Shivani.
oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in some of the pictures we had from our community event. So we had this amazing venue that Jonathan had picked out, and I don't know if you can see, but we had New York pizza and a lot of swag over here, but I guess we don't see that over there right now. But this was when the meetup started. We had a great turnout and more people trickled in. I'm still gathering more pictures from everyone, but this was our pre-World Tour event in the evening.
That's
Then,
amazing.
yes, and let's see, I want to talk about a little bit about the World Tour. So, World Tour is always, first of all, it's a free event in New York. It always has a big turnout. So right before the meetup, I actually went to Javits Center and picked up my badge. I'm going to share that because it is one of those things where you want to go get it early because you don't want to wait in line next day. So I got that. I got the badge early so I could access the event on time without standing in long lines. My understanding is that there were like 15,000 plus registrations. So it was a big event. I took some pictures. So let me bring up some of those pictures for the event. Okay. And I attended the keynote as well as the various sessions. And let me tell you, the demo that I'm planning on doing after some of these pictures, it was very relevant. All items with automation, hyper automation, and connectivity to the Einstein bot, the Slack bots are going to change how we do business and how we help our customers. So that's going to be amazing new changes coming our way. So let's see, I'm going to bring up some more pictures here. So this was part of the keynote. And one more.
Who's that in golden?
So that's the CMO of Salesforce. This was Leah. She also talked through the presentation on how just integrated, connected apps will change the customer service. So let's see, one more. So these are all different key personnel that talked, and I'm just trying to bring up more pictures. I was hoping to do a video, but with everything going on and world tour right after that, I jumped into more sessions and work and events. So I still have pictures that I'm trying to put all together. Let's see. And we did have let me see this one real quick. Golden hoodie was given to one of the muleys at the world tour, and I have to say I never seen that in person, so it was just amazing to see how it was presented. Isabella was there, and let's see here. Jen, who has done amazing work, received her golden hoodie right after the keynote. Let's see. Of course, we have we done a lot of networking, so I have a lot of pictures with various community members, MuleSoft community members. I think you guys know very well Dee and Manik. Let's see, hold on here. These are our Women Who Mule group. So I'm part of both New York Meetup group as well as Women Who Mule. And I did do the whole Trailblazer quest. What that means is you kind of go through, let me bring that up as well. Okay, so here is my little Trailblazer quest where you kind of go through different areas and you learn new skills, you gain new skills, you learn about different products that are coming out, or you can explore and talk to different vendors on the campground. So once you go through each of those, once you talk about it, you learn about different products, you try it out, and then you can see you will get different stamps, and end of your quest you have a choice to receive a gift, fun prize. I ended up getting this guy over here. And let's see what other pictures, what else we did. So that was nice. I also presented for hyper automation. And let's see. Oh, this was another picture. Of course, the wow sign everyone is excited about. Okay, let me see. I know I had a lot more community pictures. Let me find a couple more. Okay, so.
Is this the first time you meet the Sabrinas?
So do you remember, I don't know if it was 2017 or 2018, we met Sabrina. Yeah, it was my first time. No, actually, I met both of them before, but different times. I met Sabrina Hackett last year when we had Connect event, and so we met Sabrina together. It was you, me, Monique, and Sabrina. I think I'm trying to remember. It was 2017 or 2018. You were in New York that time. I
I
can't
think
remember
it
exactly.
was 2019,
Or
probably.
2019 maybe. Okay, so that's the time we met in person. And I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Oh, this was fun. Okay, so this was maybe I have to get more pictures, but this was one fun picture after the world tour, all learning and all like meeting people and networking. We actually had a fun event where we went to a theater and we watched Roots perform live, which was pretty cool. We had a great evening after doing all the hard learning, you know? um, so that's about pictures and world tour. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the session that I performed. Actually, I shouldn't say performed, I demoed. So let me bring that up. Okay, so let's review. So I talked about hyper automation components, and then we talked about Hive, how different hyper automation components can um, achieve help achieve like a customer service success. And the use case that I'm using here, let's bring that up. Okay, so we're going to have this use case, and then we'll kind of walk through a couple of these scenarios and kind of deep dive into how the composer works, how um, the flows, and also the Einstein bots work. So let me just kind of review this use case first. So in New York City, we have a handful of energy providers helping residential and commercial customers, but now a new energy provider, Nikola Tesla Energy, started providing another option to New York City residents. And any residential customers are qualified to switch over their energy to NT Energy. And as a new customer, they would get some type of a promotional discount. Now, Salesforce, so the NT Energy is using Salesforce for all their IT needs, but they're actually using an external marketing company or marketing entity, Super Duper Marketing, to publish their to market and publish new promotions for this push to, you know, have New York City residents switch over to NT Energy. Now, we also want to make sure that the NT Energy, when customers are calling in to change their energy provider, their residential customer, and for that, we're using address verification REST API that verifies the residential delivery indicator. So we're using REST API, and then rest of the customer service needs are done through Salesforce. So here is a diagram. So Salesforce is at the heart of NT Energy's IT needs. Super Duper Marketing is actually calling customers and informing them about the new promotions and trying to see if they would like to sign up, if they're interested in signing up to switch their energy. So they're actually maintaining, they're evaluating Salesforce right now. They don't have a very robust applications for their practice right now, and they're using Google Sheets to maintain their customer contacts. So of course we are not going to be doing that manually, so NT Energy has implemented process using MuleSoft Composer. And Composer, you can connect with clicks instead of writing long code or very long processes. We are able to, and we will see that as we go through the demo, but here we're connecting to super duper Google Sheets through Composer and getting new contacts into Salesforce. Then we're also using Composer to send information to the customers when they switch over, and we're also using Twilio here to send notifications to customers. So Twilio is a third-party software that sends out messages, text messages, or emails, and also can call. So we're using their text message process here. And then when customers are calling, or I should say when customers are requiring some type of a service, they're using NT Energy's website or an app to connect with NT Energy customer service personnel. And that is actually automated process done using Salesforce flows and Einstein bots. And we also have REST API that would invoke the RDI, residential address verification service, and that's using MuleSoft. And SuperDuper, again, they don't have a very robust application right now, so all their promotions are on a website, and each time a customer switches over, the customer service representatives at NT Energy has to go to their website, get a promotion. Now, this is a very manual task, and we want to avoid manual tasks. So that's the reason we're using MuleSoft RPA to retrieve the actual, retrieve the promotion, because promotions change often, but they're just kind of stored in a static website that SuperDuper marketing has. So for that, we're using MuleSoft RPA. So this is a high-level kind of overview of what different tools we can use for automating customer service success. So let's start with our contacts. So let me log into a couple of systems, and we will see this live, and we will also kind of walk through how the Composer flows look like and how we can bring over the contacts. So let's do that. Any questions so far? I'm not watching the screen, so you let me know, Alex.
Yeah, nothing so far, but I'll let you know.
Okay, sure, thank you. So let's review how the NT Energy Google Sheet looks. Okay, so here are a couple of contacts, but and let me log into there. Okay, so this is the NT Energy Salesforce instance, and let's get let's duplicate this, and let's look at the contacts. Okay, so we have a few contacts here. I'm going to go ahead and let's also verify the flows. So these are the different Composer flows. Here we have a flow called Get Contact, and this flow is active right now. So let's take a review this flow first, and then we'll run it. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's try one more time. Of course, this happens, when you're trying to connect live.
Yep.
Okay. So right now it's active. So that's why I cannot edit it. So we're going to view it. Okay, so this one is send outage. I want to look at the customer. I want to look at the contact flow. Okay. Get contacts is active. Okay. Okay, great. So here we have the get contacts open up right now. It's connecting to a super duper marketing Google Sheets, and then it's getting the contacts. Then it's checking the Salesforce contacts that are in the NT Energy contact list, and it's verifying if the first name, last name, and emails are the same or different. If they are different, then it's going to import those contacts. So this avoids any duplication. We want to make sure that we're not just keep creating new contacts with the same information. Okay, so that's how the flow is. So now let's look at the contact list one time. So these are our contacts, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new contact. So here, let's add a contact, Robert Books here. I'm going to copy it and put it in here. So I just added a contact. Now let's go into Salesforce and we're going to refresh it. And we see it right here. We see Robert Books was added. And if we see the details, we should be able to see when this was added. That's it. Yep. It was added today. So that's how the contact is added. And if we go back to our flow, this one is the, yes, get contact. So we should see a success here. And this was added just now. So that's how we achieve the first part of our, let's see, where did my, yeah. So this is the part we just demonstrated, that when we add a new record in our Google Sheet, it uses the MuleSoft Composer flow and adds a new contact in Salesforce. Now let's see how we can use different, how we can use flows and Einstein bots to provide customer service to our customers. So now that Robert Books has been added to the contacts, if he connects, if he goes to NT Energy website and tries to switch energy, he should be able to, and we'll see how that interaction goes. So let's go there. So for that, we're using Salesforce flows and Einstein bots. So to access flows, I'm going to go into setup and type flows.
This is the first time that I'm seeing this, so I'm excited.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so glad I'm doing this. So here I have various flows that are used for the NT Energy. And here is to create a contact or to update their energy provider. So let's review one of those. So this one actually creates a contact, but I think we actually used Composer to do that. So I'm not using this one. Let me come out of this. I'm using the one that's called NT Create Case, because anytime customer service is receiving any type of customer service related inquiry, either they're providing the information by going to a case and getting a status, or if it's a first time inquiry, they're actually creating a case. So here is a case, create case flow. So this flow, and I'm also going to bring this up. So this flow verifies to make sure that the contact exists in Salesforce, and then if it does exist, it creates a case. So here we can add an element and it creates a case. And case could be either scheduled service or non-scheduled service. So it goes directly to the case object and creates a case. So let's go ahead and see how this works. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to bots. So here is my bot named Tessie. She is the customer. She represents customer service, a digital helper. She is my customer service digital helper. And this is how different dialogues are set up in Einstein bots to either get a case, depending on what customer is wanting to do. It would go ahead and get a case detail or create a new case. And this is, let me actually get a link to go to the website as well. So here is our bot setup. Let me also go out and look for all sites. Okay, so along with the dialogues that happens between digital assistant and customer, we're also setting up a website that will be used to host that whole, that would be a place where all these dialogues would be occurring as a part of a customer service. So let me go to the website. So here, when Robert wants to change his energy provider, he would come to the NT Energy website and chat with an expert. So because I'm logged into this instance, my name is coming up, but I'm going to go ahead and use Robert's information. So Robert, let me get the email address. So last name is Books and the email address. Okay. Okay. So once I enter this email address and start chatting, behind the scene, Einstein bot is taking the information and retrieving Robert's contact. And because the contact exists in Salesforce, it's giving you three options here. Do you want to change a provider, or do you want to check on your service status or report an outage? So let's go ahead and start by changing a provider. So I'll go ahead and click on Change Provider. And here we go. The flow that we just saw was executed. So this flow was executed. Let's go back to Einstein bots. The flow to change the provider. So here in Einstein Bot Builder, you have the menu options. We chose the change provider option. So that option is first giving you confirmation that you're changing the provider. Then behind the scene, it's running the flow that we reviewed earlier with details that was entered and creating a case. And then once the case is created successfully, it is showing the case back to the customer. And because there's nothing else to do after showing the case, it's taking the customer back to the main menu. So let's go back here over case. So now if we take this case number and go back to Robert Book's contact and refresh it, we should see a new case created. So when we refreshed the contact, you saw that related items are updated, and this is the case we just created. And this case is showing the details that it's a scheduled service, it's a case status is new, and Robert is changing his provider, so it's a provider change, and it's changing provider to NT Energy. Now, along with that, okay, so because I put myself in do not disturb, let me go back because other thing happens after this. It actually, let me put back myself. It actually creates, it also invokes composer flow to send text message to Robert. But let me go back to the composer flows here. So it sends out this welcome notification. So here you see that it's success. Basically, this flow is in letting Robert know in real time that a text message was sent to him. So it sends out a message and also gives case number and a description of what was changed. So you can see that as a customer wanting to do this change right away, I didn't even have to speak to anyone. I went to the website, I entered the information, and right away a case was created behind the scene. And I know the status of, I know the case. Now I can go back and check status of my case. So let's say this was a quick change for NT Energy, and they go ahead and update the case. So case status from new, let's change it to closed, that it was updated, their service was changed successfully. So let's go ahead and save it. When this happens, now if Robert goes out and checks the status, we can see what's the status. Okay, so let's provide the case number. Okay, so right away we made a change in the case in Salesforce, and when Robert checks the status of the case, you can see that it was changed already to closed, and Robert can retrieve the status in real time. Okay, now let's see. I'm still waiting to see if I get my text message, because for some reason, maybe because I was in do not disturb mode, somehow I did not get my text message. So we can still verify that the message was sent. I'll just go to the Twilio website and look at their dashboard and verify. Oh, of course. So here, let me maybe I should see under messaging. Sorry, let me go to the monitor. Okay, so this was the message that would have been delivered. And this message was created through our composer flow. Oh, let's go back here. Yeah. So this flow, let's review this flow real quick. So what does this flow do? This flow actually checks to see what is going on with the case record. Whenever the case record is changed, when this one is for create. So whenever a new record is created, it will go ahead, and whenever a new case record is created with the subject equals to provider change and case type is equal to schedule service, it would invoke this Twilio connection to send out a message. And this message is right here. So you see that welcome to NT Energy with your case number and description. We'll send this message out. And that's what we see here. It shows welcome to NT Energy. It has the case number, and changing provider to NT is created. So that's how the flow looks, composer flow looks, and that's how it creates the message. Okay, sorry, I thought it was gonna be, let me put myself back onto do not disturb so I don't get the, okay. So now let's see if we are going to change, let's say now we know that Robert has changed the service, and somehow a few days later he's experiencing an outage. So here, instead of calling, he can actually come to the website. Of course, this website is for demo purpose, bare minimal, but I'm sure NT Energy would put all the details about ongoing outages happening in their service area. Some reason Robert is not seeing it, and he's going to report an outage. So here, lost power as of, let's just say 10 a.m. Eastern. That's happening. Behind the scene, another case has been created for Robert, and this time it's a different type of a case. Okay, so we can go back to contacts again. Okay, let me go back to contacts and refresh. Now you see one more case getting created, and this time the case status is new and it's a service outage. Okay. So if Robert goes back and tries to get the service outage status, it would show up as new. Okay. And behind the scene also, let's say if we change the status from new to, let's see, escalated, and save it, we have another composer flow working that also informs customer whenever the status of their outage is changed. So for that one, let's go back. So here it sent out a message, and we can view this one again. Okay, so here, whenever there is a service outage and the case type is a problem, it sends out a text message, and it gives you the case number, description, and the status information. So if I go back to Twilio and refresh it, I should see another message. So here you're seeing that lost power as of 10 a.m. Eastern, status has changed to escalated. So what you're seeing is the connected experience for end user, your customer. They're able to self-serve themselves by working with Einstein bots, and behind the scene, Einstein bots are connected to Salesforce Flow, as well as we're using Composer to connect to Google Sheets and Twilio. So what do you think, Alex?
Sounds super interesting. I have a question. What's the difference
Sure.
between Composer and Flow?
Okay, so Composer is tool that you can use to connect easily to different different software, and it's without how would I say, without like a lot of coding. You are connecting directly to Google Sheets. You're connecting directly to Twilio. And the Flow, you can actually, there are various type of flows, and you can really do like a point and click, like in a flow manner development. They can become very complicated. Let me just show you something here. Let me go back. You can write complex scenarios and with flows. So when you go into Flow, there's Salesforce flows, and then let's say if you want to create a new one, they're all different types of flows. So you can have a screen flow where certain actions happening on the screen, and then you can actually display certain things on the screen. So you can take input from the screen, and you can work it with the Lightning pages. So they're all different types of flow. I would say flows are more of complex development you can do with flows, and you can work with platform events. You can work with, you can schedule them. So flows are a lot, and then you can also use multiple flows to achieve different use cases depending on your requirements.
Okay.
And they're two different products. Like flows are part of Salesforce. They come with your license. I think this is a different product. MuleSoft Composer is a different product.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good to know. And I guess you are not using Einstein GPT for this, right? I'm still kind of trying to understand how it all works.
Yeah, I'm using Einstein. Yes, so there is I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm not using Einstein GPT yet, but I was playing around with something really cool. Maybe I should share that. We have some time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Let me share that as well. But for this one, I'm using Einstein bots. Yes, there is a difference between Einstein GPT and Einstein bots. I haven't learned the GPT part of it yet, but currently I'm using the Einstein bots to create like dialogues that can, kind of like a human. I don't want to say direct human language, but natural language you can communicate back and forth with customers. And the whole purpose of utilizing that is that your customer service, some of the common use cases for customer service can be handled by your digital assistants. And then customer service reps could be handling more complex customer service issues. So here, let's say if Robert was not able to get the service, I can always add, let me go back here. So, let's say I can add another option here to say his outage is lasting longer than a day or few hours and he wants to contact customer service. I can enhance this menu options, or I can put some dialogues to say, would you like to talk to a live agent, and then transfer Robert directly to live agent and make sure that all the details that Robert has provided is already given to the customer service, so they're not starting from scratch. So you can do a lot with this dialogues and connected apps and flows. But since you brought up Einstein GPT, I was testing Chat GPT just a couple of days ago. Let me bring that up. So let's see. I don't know if you have played around with this, but recently we had a meetup for New York last Saturday, and our speaker talked about Chat GPT, and that kind of inspired me to kind of look into it, and that's what happens when you attend meetups. You get inspired by different topics and you start thinking about learning something different, something new. So that's what happened. So Shubham, thank you for inspiring me to look into this. So here I created an account for OpenAI, and from that account I had to set up a token. So view API keys, I kind of set up my token here. And then once I had the token, I created request to get models. So OpenAI provides different ChatGPT models. So when you invoke this API behind the scene, I'm utilizing the token that I created. And it gives you all these different models. Now, the one that's used by ChatGPT, it's this model. So I was just trying to understand what this model is. Again, I'm in a very early learning phase. So I was just testing out different APIs. I've been relying on a lot of documentation here. Let me get the documentation link too. Or did I have that open already? Oh, right here, API reference. Okay. So here it talks about how you can invoke and communicate with this Chat GPT. So you need to provide the name of the model that you're using. So Chat GPT is using GPT 3.5 Turbo, and then you put down a role and a content. So I wanted to see how I can invoke those APIs. So I kind of put down the first one. I said, okay, system. And I wanted to see my daughter was doing some homework and she was learning this, I said, okay, let me go ahead and ask ChatGPT and see what that brings up. So here, let's go ahead and ask. And here is the answer. And I felt like it was pretty accurate answer, you know. It's concise, it's not very large. And again, I'm using a free version of it. So I'm not sure if you have a paid version, it gives you more details or faster or something. You can ask different things. So let's say, what is MuleSoft? Let's see what happens there. Hey, look at this. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Why are you connecting through Postman and not through the UI? Is it better?
oh, because I'm a integration developer, I use Postman. I was just testing it out. Actually, I was using UI too. I wanted to see the difference between UI and Postman. I wanted to see if Post UI was filtering anything or not. So I know
Mm,
at heart, I'm a developer. So,
sounds good. It reminds me of Manic. Every time that he's on a stream, he's always using the command line and he never wants to use the UI.
yeah, see, we're kind of stuck in our ways at times, you know. But still, learning is always cool. Always new learning, new things. And Alex, thank you for um, having this platform and giving us opportunity to share what we learn. And you know, thank you.
Yeah, I loved everything that I learned today, especially because I am not very familiar with Salesforce products. So it always helps me to see other examples, see what people are doing. And that
Sure.
helps me a lot. So thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'll be back if you want. I can, I've been using, I have to tell everyone, I've been using Trailheads a lot and I have been learning. I achieved my ranger status. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it's just, I love learning. I love technology. So when I learn some more, maybe I should learn Einstein GPT next and then come back and share with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thank you, Alex. Have a wonderful vacation.
Yeah, thank you. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right. So for everyone watching, remember to go to twitch.tv/MuleSoft_community so you can follow us from Twitch. You may be watching from LinkedIn or from Twitter. So go there, follow us. We will have YouTube soonish, hopefully. And you can also follow us there if you want. But everything is on Twitch. We have our schedule, we have our previous recordings, and we have notifications as soon as we come live. So it's better if you follow us on Twitch, but you can follow us whatever you want. All right. Thank you so much, Shivani. I really appreciate you coming. I hope to see you again soon with Einstein.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.